Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you 3 different types of ways to get your image onto your project. First we'll start with the decal sticker. You will peel off and remove the backing, leaving just the transfer tape and the sticker, which I use Oracle 651, which is permanent vinyl. You'll then place it onto your project, and you'll want to smooth it out, but start from the center and work your way out. Once you've had it pressed on pretty good, you will take a corner of that transfer tape and start peeling it off in a 45-degree angle. And the sticker will adhere very well, so you'll really just need to use a little bit of force to peel off that top layer, and then you'll have your nice looking sticker. Next, we are going to use the reusable stencil. And the pros and cons to this, obviously the pros are that you can keep using it over and over. The cons are that it has little bitty gaps between the design so that it can basically stay all in one piece on that reusable stencil. So what I'll do here is take my Waverly chalk paint. I like using chalk paint because it doesn't bleed quite as much, and you'll dab off as much of the excess as you can. So you'll really want a thin, tiny amount of paint. And then using the pouncing method, you'll just dab it up and down throughout the entire project. Now you will go back and do a second coat. So if the first coat isn't entirely covering it, that's okay. That actually is how it should look. And then when you go back with that second coat, it'll look pretty solid. Once you're finished, you simply lift the stencil up and you're done. Now we're going to use the one-time stencil. So this has 3 layers. First, you will remove the backing, and none of the white should come up with it. And then you'll go ahead and place it onto your project. And again, you'll want to start in the center and smooth your way out. And then once you're done with that, you'll go ahead and remove that transfer tape. There's a trick to this. If you kind of hold your finger right at the edge of the transfer tape, you can hold down the white stencil while you're pulling out the tape from underneath your finger. The reason that this is a one-time use stencil is that it actually comes in multiple parts. So you can see there are parts on the H that are actually separate pieces, and once you peel it off, it's just kind of flimsy and trash. So again, I'll get out my Waverly chalk paint and use the pouncing method, just like we did with the reusable stencil. So you'll want to use a very thin, small amount of paint, and then you'll go back with a second layer to really cover it up. Now the pros and cons to this one, the con is that you can't reuse it, so it's a one-time use. But the pros is that it's sticky contact paper, so it will actually adhere to your project, making it less likely to get any bleeding. And it also doesn't have those little gaps that the reusable stencil has because it doesn't have to be in one piece. Now that you've finished the paint, you can pull it off in a 45-degree angle, sort of wiggling it back and forth to get out all those pieces. Now you can really see here where those separate additional pieces were. So now to pick out where the negative should be, you can just use a toothpick and just kind of stab into it, make sure you're not puncturing your project, whatever it might be, and get those pieces out. And then once you're done with that, your project is completed. So choose for yourself and whatever is best for your project. I use all 3 of these methods depending on what will be best.